everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Groft. For those of you that don't know me, I'm currently a sophomore at Penn State University majoring in broadcast journalism. In this channel, I'm basically covered everything Penn State sports, and I also do some basketball coverage because I played basketball in high school. But yeah, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys why I chose Penn State. My brother is currently a junior at Penn State, and when he was a freshman there, I went up to my first ever Penn State game. I never really got into the Penn State hype, even though my brother was a freshman there, but I went to my first ever game, and I experienced the atmosphere, and I was like, wow, like, this is awesome. Being inside Beaver Stadium for a football game is by far the best sports environment you could probably go to in the nation. So when I went to that game for my brother's freshman year, I just fell in love. Like, I was like, maybe I have to consider Penn State again because they have a great football program. Everyone's super nice there. It seems like the environment was ecstatic. The school spirit is out of this world. Like, I've never seen a bigger group of people come together for one sporting event in my life, and just the camaraderie of everyone gets along well. I went to my accepted students day, and yet again I fell in love with the campus. Campus is awesome. The experiences that are there. So I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 reasons why I chose Penn State. So number 1 has to be the atmosphere, just the feel of campus. And that's why that's one of the big reasons I chose it, because since I'm a broadcast journalism major, it'd be awesome to cover both the football team, basketball, whatever sport I'm covering, because everyone comes together, everyone loves it, everyone enjoys it. It's always a fun time going to the sporting events. The feel on campus, they call it Happy Valley for a reason. Everyone is really nice there, everyone's respectable. It's really easy to get along with people on campus, which I'm going to transition to another reason why I chose Penn State here. I was just really nervous about going to a big school, and I was afraid about not meeting the right people. But anyway, so I decided to choose it because my brother was there. I knew a lot of people through my brother already there, so I was like, all right, I can start off hanging out with them until I meet my own little group. So I stayed in Curtin Hall my freshman semester. I immediately met a core group of guys that I'm still friends with today. We all got along well. It's unrenovated, so there was no AC, so that was rough, but still it was a great time. But even though it felt like even though it was a big school of more than 40,000 students going, it still felt like a small school. So Curtin Halls and East Halls, and just East Halls as a collective group, felt like its own separate division of the university. I personally got to know a lot of people in East Halls. I would typically see someone every day that I would know from either a class or a club, from just passing and talking to them. And it was so nice just being able to see a familiar face every day, which I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do on such a big campus, a big university. But East Halls is so separated from the actual classes and the places where you go to take your classes, it feels like its own small school. It is a big school, but the great thing about it is you can literally meet someone new every day if you really want to. And for my major, just networking in general is one of the biggest things to do. I felt like Penn State is the best place to network because it has one of the biggest alumni associations in the country. I think over 700,000 living alumni, which is ridiculous. There's so many people you can reach out to and talk to that are more than willing to help out. I remember last year I would go to the IM building and pick up basketball 4 or 5 times a week. And I would meet people every day just playing basketball. And then the core group of guys I met on my floor, we still hang out all the time, like I was saying. So that was definitely the one group I hung out with the most, was the guys on my floor. We got along so well. So many memories created with them. But the other thing I met a lot of people through is through clubs. So I'm going to talk about this now. The opportunities at Penn State are way better than any other university in this nation. You're not going to see anything like it. Going into my freshman year, I was able to get an internship with Penn State Athletics. It was a football intern. I worked all 8 of the home games that season last year, and that was an amazing opportunity. I could make a whole entire video just talking about that opportunity. That opportunity was probably the best opportunity I could have for my freshman year. I was doing intern stuff, but I was helping with Penn State production for the football games, and it was so cool being on the field for all 8 home games and just seeing the stadium fill up and seeing the players up and close and just being a part of this great production. But I think if I chose another university, I would never have this opportunity of producing or helping to produce one of the best sporting events in the nation. So I had that opportunity, and now I'm working with Penn State Athletics part-time, doing basically any other sport. I'm also doing football games. I'm working all 4 football games this season, the home games at least, and then I'm involved in 3 other clubs. So I played basketball in high school. Like I said, this is a basketball and Penn State channel. So I tried out for the club basketball team. I made that. My brother's actually the president now of that team. So I've met a lot of close friends through club basketball. There's that. There's the 2 other clubs that I'm in that are kind of affiliated with my major. The first one is Com Radio. So that one we do play-by-play for all Penn State sports. We write articles about Penn State sports, professional sports, and we do podcasting, live radio shows. I'll put the link of Com Radio in my description. You can see all the content I've ever made for Com Radio this semester. I think I've written like 15 plus articles. And then the other big club I'm involved in is Penn State Sports Night. So that is like your typical TV sports program. Penn State Sports Night is kind of like your ESPN Sports Center style type production where we'll have different segments. We'll have like 5-6 segments a night. So Sundays when our prep sessions are, and Mondays when we go on air with different segments. So that's fun to do that and practice that. The 3 clubs I'm involved in and the internship has allowed me to meet a vast majority of people. And not only that, I've met a lot of people through my classes, because not all my classes are big. Like, yeah, you're going to have the big lecture hall. Like, I had a class with 700 students my freshman year, which it was a really easy class, but you're going to have that at Penn State just because it's such a big university. But once you get into your major specific classes, like my comm classes, once you get past your core classes, you're going to take your major specific classes, and those classes are going to be a lot smaller. So it's going to be bigger classes your freshman and sophomore year, but once you get to your junior or senior year, you're going to be taking smaller classes with like 20, 30 people. That's how it is personally for me. So yeah, to recap, my 3 big things were just the atmosphere at Penn State, just the feeling of being on campus, the camaraderie of everyone. Like, the sports in general at Penn State, it's crazy because it's not just the students going, it's the locals too. They love going to like every event. And college basketball is my favorite sport, and it was so cool to see Penn State go into some crazy run last year. They would have made March Madness, but thanks to COVID, they didn't. But it was really cool. I had some great experiences at those games, and also working the football games was awesome too. If you love sports, Penn State, 100% great place to go to, and the atmosphere is great too. My second pointer was that it doesn't feel like a big school. It is a big school, but it does feel like a big school, but like I was saying, how East Halls almost feels like its own separate college. Like, it is big, but if you find your groups, it's going to feel a lot smaller than what you think it is. And if you're outgoing, you be yourself, don't worry about anything, just try your best to meet new people. And my third biggest reason why I love Penn State and why I chose it is just the endless opportunities there. Like I said, I got into 3 clubs, the internship I've applied to, multiple internships I'm hoping to get in the spring and the summer. Just the opportunities at Penn State are endless. You can literally do whatever you want. But those are my 3 biggest reasons. I could go on and on with this video and just make it one elongated video of all of my experiences and why I love it at Penn State so much. So this basically concludes the video. I know I'm trying to keep it short and concise for you guys, just so that way it's better on your part and you can hear from other people, not just me. But those are my 3 biggest reasons. Again, I'll say them again. The atmosphere, it feels like a small school even though it's big, and the endless opportunities. I am so happy I chose Penn State. I was really second guessing myself when I applied and then I accepted it because I didn't feel it'd be a good fit for me, but I've been loving it. I've definitely met some really good guys who will probably be my friends for like the rest of my life. So yeah, that'll basically conclude this week's video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you're applying to Penn State, I will be more than happy to help you guys out, or if you have any other questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those. But yeah, subscribe for some more Penn State related content. I also do basketball, so if you like basketball content, I'm also doing that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you here next time on the channel.